Wow. Then I think you've just stolen my thunder. My last line for this episode was, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite, or what's your favorite cryptid creature? I presume it's going to be Sasquatch then, because you've seen one.
No,
Or because you've seen one, it's not going to be it.
no, I think my favorite was the alien.
When you say the alien, what do you mean?
Yeah, the alien. The one I saw when I was 8 years old.
We got to do a show about things you've seen. I'm going to write that down. Things Darcy has seen. Okay, now let's just quickly, because you brought it up, let's hear about the alien.
Okay. We lived in White Rock. I want to make this really clear. White Rock. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
We lived on 25 acres, and it was the middle of the night. And my dad walked on canes then. Okay. And I remember following him into the woods. And there was this big bright light. He's on his canes. He's got on his grayish green shirt, his gray trousers with the suspenders. And my dad's a big man. And I remember seeing this light, and it was like a door opening, and there was light coming out of it. It was circular. It made a funny humming noise. And this person, that short of a word for it, came out. He was tall, slender. I would say bigger head than ours with the eyes, and saw them talking. And then my dad turned around and saw me and told me I had to get back to bed because I was dreaming.
The
and
old
that has,
dreaming trick.
Yeah, and that has stuck with me my entire life. You're the first person, and everyone else who's listening, I've ever told that story to.
We are honored.
Welcome to Seeing Dead People, the slow burn storytelling podcast where our host, Nicola, challenges her psychic friend Darcy to communicate with the dead and unravel historical ghost stories, unsolved true crime mysteries, and all things paranormal. If you want to be spooked, amazed, and entertained, stick around for an astonishing, deep dive convo with the spirits on the other side. Hey SDP fans, just a little heads up. This is the second part of our creature feature, where Nicola and Darcy examine the tales of famous, legendary US animals known as cryptids. Cryptids, don't you know, is a cool word, generally used to describe any animal whose existence is in dispute, but has been documented in folklore, legend, or anecdotal reports, and believed big time by witnesses to be real. The first part of our creature feature is episode 62, where our intrepid investigative pair headed to Illinois to face down the Enfield Monster. Don't miss it. And now, RadioSidney presents Seeing Dead People, episode 63, Chasing Cryptids, Investigating the Mothman, the New Jersey Devil, and the Flatwoods Monster.
So, why then, Darcy, before we move into our next three, why do we have these unknown phenomena reported? If we think they're not real cryptids, is there something that the human condition needs in seeing these kinds of things? Because it's not unusual, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all need a little excitement in our life. Okay.
Okay.
And I think that we wouldn't have wheels, we wouldn't have spaceships if people didn't have imaginations. I think it's quite humanly possible to see a cryptic animal that there is absolutely no explanation for it.
I'd love to. I'm dying to see Sasquatch.
You should have come with me when I was a kid.
Did you see Sasquatch?
Sure, we were in Ohio.
Get out of here. Let's hear it.
Well, we were driving along and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I think I was maybe 12. Might be a little older or younger. I'm not 100% sure. So many things happen. And you could see this huge image going through the forest that we were driving beside. And I asked my dad, and just as I was going to ask him, he said, "This is Sasquatch territory." And I went, "Really?" That's all I could say. So I clamped down, didn't tell him till a year later.
You did? So was it just you and your dad in the car?
Yep, just me and my dad in the car.
And you believe, and I'm not,
I believe I did.
you believe you saw Sasquatch jumping or running through the
Running
forest.
through the bush.
And so describe this big dude or dudette
Huge.
to us.
I would tell you he was almost 8 feet tall, really bushy, broad, long arms,
Wow.
and he could move. He was going. I mean, we were in kilometers then, so we're doing 50, and he could keep up to us.
Wow. Then I think you've just stolen my thunder. My last line for this episode was, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite, or what's your favorite cryptid creature? I presume it's going to be Sasquatch then, because you've seen one.
No,
Or because you've seen one, it's not going to be it.
no, I think my favorite was the alien.
When you say the alien, what do you mean?
Yeah, the alien, the one I saw when I was 8 years old.
We got to do a show about things you've seen. I'm going to write that down. Things Darcy has seen. Okay, now let's just quickly, because you brought it up, let's hear about the alien.
Okay, we lived in White Rock. I want to make this really clear. White Rock. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
We lived on 25 acres, and it was the middle of the night, and my dad walked on canes then. Okay. And I remember following him into the woods, and there was this big bright light. He's on his canes. He's got on his grayish green shirt, his gray trousers with the suspenders. And my dad's a big man. And I remember seeing this light, and it was like a door opening, and there was light coming out of it. It was circular. It made a funny humming noise. And this person, that short of a word for it, came out. He was tall, slender. I would say bigger head than ours with the eyes, and saw them talking. And then my dad turned around and saw me and told me I had to get back to bed because I was dreaming.
The
And
old
that has,
dreaming trick.
yeah, and that has stuck with me my entire life. You're the first person, and everyone else who's listening, I've ever told that story to.
We are honored. Did your dad, you obviously didn't believe you were dreaming. Did your
No.
dad, you believed that it worked? That he said to you,
Of course, he knew it didn't work.
Okay. You got psychic, right? God.
Yeah, it didn't work. But the thing is, later in life, my father wrote, and I wish my stepmom had kept it, he wrote a story about meeting this alien.
Oh, wow.
And when he died, she destroyed everything he ever wrote.
Oh my God, that would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
For us, yes, and for you, incredible.
And I remember him reading it to us.
So did you, I guess as an 8-year-old, you can believe a lot of stuff. Did you get a chance to chat to your dad about this? Did you think it was
No. He told me it was a dream. I thought, okay, I can live with that explanation because you want me to. And I was very adaptable.
Yeah. And it sounds to me like you had an unusual family with many things going on that aren't typical in other families from the spiritual side, psychic side. So things are happening in your family that wouldn't be happening in my family.
But see, I thought that was normal. I thought it was normal. I didn't understand. Other kids couldn't see what we could see. I thought they could see the people I was talking to.
Man, I would just be so envious of, you would think we were a clodhopper, for heaven's sake, can't see anything.
No. They thought we were all a little strange.
I just horrendously gifted. Wow. So you've seen Sasquatch and you've seen an alien. Okay, so that's two. So I will talk to you. We're going to talk about, if you're willing, to have an episode about the things you have seen in your life, because that could be mind-blowing, since already it's been mind-blowing having heard about Sasquatch in Ohio. Cool. And then White Rock getting an alien.
Oh, and there's one thing about Sasquatches people really do need to know. They smell.
That's what I hear. Yeah, horrendous.
Even through the car as we're driving, I could smell them.
Is it like rotting flesh, dead flesh?
It's like something that hasn't been bathed for years.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Oh, God. Okay, fantastic. Thanks for that for our episode. I thought the Enfield Monster was terrific. I don't know how you knew what it looked like. And as I say, I think it was a cute, weird monster. I think I'm going with the kangaroo, the rabbit kangaroo. I'm more rational than you are, obviously, and I like to have somewhat of an explanation, even though I'd love to believe that it was really a cryptid, something that was just out there. But I think there's a good possibility it was a rabbit kangaroo.
Yeah.
With bouncing 50 feet and the 3 legs and the bulging eyes and the little arms. Yeah.
Okay, and if you think about it, your adrenaline's going so fast,
Oh,
your
yeah,
heart's beating, you can't rationalize what,
of course.
okay,
Yeah.
that you are going to mistake one thing for another.
Sure.
And like, I believe that he really believed it was something that hasn't been here. But you know what? If it was a rapid kangaroo, that would explain everything. The scratching, because the kangaroo's up higher and they're normally about 4 to 5 feet tall. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well done. That's terrific. Now I'll say welcome to episode number 2 as part of our legendary creature feature.
Okay.
We're going to carry it forward and we're going to talk about 3 lesser known, although that was pretty less known from my perspective, cryptids. Again, all in the States, in the eastern states, just happened to be because I just thought they were cool. So we're going to go now to West Virginia. And we've been to West Virginia, Mountain Mama, state of John Denver has called her. We went to court in 1896 in episode 14 to witness the Greenbrier ghost.
Oh, right.
Story. Remember that one? So
yes.
The ghosty tale was really simple. It was a love story that went bad, which is not surprising, pretty common. But there's a supernatural twist that really knocks people out. And it's considered the only incident in the history of American judicial system where a supernatural presence has assisted in solving a first-degree crime. So it was riveting. Just wondering if you recalled anything from the Greenbrier ghost.
No, I'm pretty sure she'll just continue haunting everyone.
Okay. And then we had another episode, 19, where we went to a lunatic/jail called the Trans-Allegheny Asylum. And when we started to discuss it, I was thinking, we're behind bars, the keys thrown away, we're at the mercy of babbling lunatics in a freaking madhouse. And I was right, because you may remember, you encountered so many ghosts, so many spirits, so many weird things going on there that I couldn't keep track. Like it was just like a lunatic asylum, but ghost-wise.
Yeah, that's the one where they had that hallway where the stairs went up and
exactly.
Yeah. I'm still getting goosebumps thinking of that place.
That was good. So now we're back in West Virginia, and we are in November 1966. We're in a place called Point Pleasant, and we have 2 couples driving down the road near I don't know why this is important, but a TNT plant, an old TNT plant. They see something in the road. Any idea what they see? Last time I nailed it. So now you got big time here. You're going to be tough.
Okay. Something crawling across the road opposed to being
something in the road.
In the road.
Yeah. In their way, they see something.
It's not an elk. Okay. Again, it feels bigger than life.
Okay.
Sort of something that goes out. I could say it's an angel.
Why would you say that?
Because it goes out like this.
And when you say out like this, are you flapping your hands or arms or something else?
I feel like there's something behind me. Okay. Something behind me.
Oh, Frank. Okay. You're amazing. This is the idea. They say it's man-sized. Okay. So large. Okay. With what? Folded behind its back?
Wings? Oh, that's why it feels like I'm doing this.
Exactly. Gosh, you're incredible.
And I just want to prove I don't have my iPad on that would show me what's going on here.
I just don't believe it. You're just incredible. So you're right on. They, of course, peel away as fast as they can go. They're going like 100 miles an hour to get away. And this thing flies along with them. Boom. Like a rocket. So they're petrified. And that was the first sighting of what became known as the Mothman. So we talked about bugs. There you go. That's a bug. Mothman with the arms. And I guess it's possibly because it was at night. Moths come out at night. Okay. Butterfly wouldn't be so good. Plus butterflies, for some reason, butterflies aren't scary. And moths are. Is it because one is daytime and one is nighttime?
Butterflies have that gentle Moths are,
You're right. They're a bit more frantic, a bit
yeah.
more scary. Yeah. Okay. One of the witnesses said, it looked right into our souls before it flew off. I know, I love it. Have a look at our first picture for this episode, picture number 1. You'll see a statue in Point Pleasance, big statue of a guy sort of looking creature with humongous wings. You see it? I shall show our audience.
Yeah. Hey, this guy looks like an alligator.
You think?
Yeah, look at his.
Yeah, look at the face. It is very much like an alligator. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Wow.
pretty good. I
That's
hope this
pretty
town
scary,
became
eh?
famous.
Can you imagine seeing that coming at you?
No, no. I'd be booting it out of there too.
Okay. So, do you think there's any sense of reality here, or is this just a wild, cartoonish kind of imagination and it becomes public hysteria? Did
Well,
these
I'm
people
gonna
actually
say
see something?
I think it became public hysteria, but maybe they really believed something was chasing them. Now, what was the time frame? What year?
1966?
So I wonder how many green sticks they were smoking at the time.
Or a few
I
Bud
don't
Light?
want to. I'm going to say I'm not going to poke too much fun because stranger things have happened. I have seen bodies cross the road on the where the indigenous people ladies disappear
Oh,
on the
yeah,
highway.
the Highway of Tears.
Yeah, I have seen images of bodies crossing the street while I'm driving.
Okay,
So
we're going to talk about that someday
it
too.
is quite feasible they saw something.
Wow. Okay, well, I
Again,
guess it could be intuitive like you are. You never
yeah,
know. Over the next year, we had about 100 sightings of the Mothman all around Point Pleasant. And the people there now, I think this is mass hysteria, but people describe feeling they're watched, feeling ill, being afraid for no reason. And I think a lot of that's psychological, obviously, but something terrible happened in Point Pleasant. And I'm just wondering if you have a sense of what might have happened and that people use the Mothman as part of it.
okay. I'm going to think that someone died here. Okay. Maybe I don't want to say mass murder or mass suicide, but it does feel like there's more than one image involved here. Okay. If we fell off something, hung from something, it's like that.
Are you saying there's more than one person?
I feel like there's more than one person that may be connected to this story.
Okay. What's quite interesting is that if you look at the next image, which is photograph number 2, I just whipped through them all here. Photograph number 2, which is
The bridge.
a picture of a bridge. This is called the Silver Bridge. Okay. It's in
All right.
Point Pleasant or nearby Point Pleasant. Okay.
It is definitely silver.
Yeah. Now, something terrible happened at that bridge. Okay. In December 67.
Did a piece of it break off?
Yep. There it is. It
Oh,
collapsed. So photo number 3.
yeah.
So the bridge collapsed. Sadly, 46 people died.
Oh,
Terrible, terrible tragedy, of course. Now, some people think since the Mothman was never seen again, that the Mothman was a prophecy, was prophetic, was there to warn people, or in fact, cause the bridge to collapse.
we know he didn't cause the bridge to collapse. I do believe because at first I thought it was an angel, so it could have been a message. Yes, I do agree with that. But isn't it more likely that it was shoddy workmanship?
Yeah, there was a problem with one very small thing in the bridge that caused it to collapse. So then let's go back to our Mothman, though. When you say, that was interesting, you say angel because of the wings. Angels are harbingers of future,
Messages.
right?
Yeah.
To warn us of things or tell us of things. So
Yep.
that runs along that same line that this individual
Absolutely.
would have wings. I hadn't thought of that.
Yep. And the thing is, maybe they mistook the way he looked. Okay. But yeah, I've seen angels in life. I've heard them in life. So it is feasible that he could have really been a messenger. Oh yeah.
I don't need to do any research at all. I should just sit down for like 45 days and talk to you. It's going to be so cool. You've got so much to tell us. We've got
So
to write a book.
yes, we
Oh,
should.
we should. Okay, on to our next creature. Okay, now we're going across the states a bit to the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. And you'll find a very different creature we're going to run into. One very steeped in legend. So long time being. Okay. Any ideas?
I'd like to say dragon, but I don't think that's it.
Why do you say dragon?
Because we've been dealing with wings, and the dragon would be the next one for me.
Okay. Do you know anything about hockey?
No.
National League hockey.
No.
Do you know the team, the New Jersey team?
No.
They have a nickname, like all teams do. Their nickname is the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, like the little red devil.
Exactly. In their
Oh,
yes, with the horns.
yeah.
And it's got a tail with the
Yep.
spike in. Yes. Okay. So this is what we're talking about. I didn't realize that the New Jersey Devils nickname was actually based on anything that people think is real.
It's like my vacuum, the devil.
That's right. The Dirt Devil. Yeah. Similar. Okay. So this, they say the Devils, the New Jersey Devil legend began in like the 1700s.
Wow.
When a woman named Mother Leeds had her 13th baby.
He became the devil?
He was the devil, like it
Oh.
wasn't a baby. This child was very different. Can you get a sense of what the devil might look like?
If you watched Rosemary's Baby, it was with hooves and claws and teeth and hair and horns.
Very good. Very much like our devil. Okay.
Yeah.
It supposedly, after birth, I think, I don't really know, from 1700, grew wings, hooves, horns, killed the midwife who was delivering the little creature, and flew up the chimney and was gone from the family, but took on the legend of the New Jersey Devil. Okay.
Oh.
So have a look at our photo number 4. This is a rough cut, literally a wooden rough cut of possible creature. So it's very rudimentary, but I think it's probably fairly accurate for the time. Okay.
So it looks like a cross between a dog, turkey, and horse.
A what turkey?
A dog, a turkey, and a horse.
Oh, a dog, a turkey, and a horse. Yeah, I see the horse head. The turkey
Yeah.
would be the wings.
Yeah, and the hooves are the horse.
The hooves are the horse. Yeah. Where do you think the dog comes in?
The squareness of the head made me think of dog. The neck made me think of horse. The head made me think of dog.
Okay.
The tail.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There's the tail. Yep. There's the devil's tail. Okay. This is what the New Jersey Devil supposedly looked at.
Oh.
It has been over the centuries, because we're talking centuries, 1700.
Yeah.
Over the centuries, been seen by farmers and hunters and soldiers and even police officers. Never been caught.
Wow.
Been killed. And unlike the Enfield Monster or Mothman, it didn't come and go.
It stuck around.
And it stayed. It's always out there in the Pine Barrens somewhere in New Jersey. So some people say, of course, the skeptics don't believe it at all. But others, again, are saying this idea that maybe it is a regular creature that's been misinterpreted. And what they think it could be is a sand hill crane, which I have seen myself in central Saanich. There were some. They're a rare, very tall crane, and they consider that they're very rare in New Jersey as well. But if you see the picture, oh, wait a second. Before we do that, I want to show you what another image is of someone, a newer version of what someone thinks the creature looks like, which is quite cool. Look at photo number, I guess it's 5. Okay.
Oh, see, that makes more sense for the devil.
Doesn't it just? And this is by Distop Iamat. It's very hard to say, but that's the person who made an amazing figure. And this is their version of the New Jersey Devil. So there's this dog.
Yeah.
I think of their hooves there. It's hard to see. There's the tail, and then the wings like the turkey.
Yep.
So you've got it pretty close to what it was like. So as I was saying, people think, okay, that's pretty cool. Maybe they mistook some creature for it. And one they choose is the sandhill crane.
Okay. I'm just going to say, how did that come out of a woman?
How did the other one come out of the woman?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I could see how you could mistake this bird for the creature, but it's missing its two arms that would have nails and everything.
It is. And it's also missing the long, straggly tail.
Yeah.
But I guess if it had its wings up, it at least would look a little bit like it. But it
Yes.
has a very small head, doesn't have a horse's head. It's got a long beak, not the same
Yep.
as a big jowl.
No.
I think that's not really much of an explanation. I think the kangaroo was a much better one for the Enfield monster, but not this one. Okay, so it's ongoing, and of course will continue to be ongoing because it's the nickname of a famous great hockey team, the New Jersey Devils. So I thought that was cool. I never imagined that the team was named after a legend like that. So I thought it was fun.
Me neither. I think that's really cool. Now, what I'd like to do is go and see if we can see it.
Me too. I'd like to go and see all of these.
I know every episode we've done, I'd like to go and just peruse the area and see if I get the same vibes as I get from looking at a picture.
I can't imagine how much better it would be if you were there in person, because you're seeing stuff from these flat two-dimensional images, often black and white, very poor quality, and yet you're somehow able to get some ideas. So what it must be like would be like 3D kaleidoscope. It would probably be mind-boggling.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be, yeah. Okay, we're moving to our last one. Okay, so now we are also in West Virginia, and believe it or not, West Virginia, like Illinois, is a hotbed of these cryptids. They've got fabulous names for some of them. There's one called the sheep squatch. So yes, it's a sheep and like a Sasquatch. Cool. They've got one called an ogwa, which gives you an idea of water. It's a 29-foot serpentine turtle. Okay. They've got one called snallygaster, which is what you'd like, a dragon-winged creature.
Oh, yes, okay. I would.
And then they've got a great one called snarly yowl, which is a wolf-like creature. So we're talking lots of cryptids in West Virginia, lots of cryptids in Illinois. So here we are, West Virginia, for one of their cryptids. It's September 52. This one I thought was really an odd one, so that's why I picked it. A group of boys in West Virginia in an area called Flatwoods see a fireball streak across the sky on crash land on a nearby hill. So you originally said something to do with aliens at the top of the show, and I poo-pooed that because I didn't want you to think you were right. Okay. But in fact, when you see this one, you're going to be right. This is a bit different than the typical creature. Okay. So the boys gather a small search party. They climb the slope, and then they peer up and they see something very unusual, very out of this world. So what do you think they saw? Any idea now that you're into this stuff?
When you said there was a streak of light and a crash, I was thinking a witch on a broom and she'd crash landed.
Not bad, not bad. So how would you describe this witch?
I'm going to say about 5 to 5'10". I get the colors red on her, but I also want to say there's another sort of dollar color by the looks of it on her.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure what it is, but big eyes.
Okay.
And it's funny because I'm going to say it, however, this person, and I keep saying she.
Yes, you do. I don't.
Okay. She's dressed funny.
Okay, expand on that.
I don't know. It's like a dress, but it's not a dress.
Okay.
And she doesn't wear a crown.
Okay.
So it's weird. There's something there, but I can't quite see it.
When you say something there, when you say crown, you're talking something near her head or around her head?
Yeah, around her head. Maybe she cracked it. There's a pool of blood. I don't know. There's just something different around her head.
Oh, Jesus. That's just fantastic. Okay. So the lads describe something really different and really out of this world, and you pretty well nailed it. Very tall. Okay. 10 feet tall. All right.
Taller than I thought.
We're talking little boys, maybe young boys. So who knows what their height definitions are. This is where you're very close. I think it's a she, has a glowing spade-shaped head. You'll see the picture in a minute. And
Sorry.
there's something interesting. She's wearing a very unusual dress. You'll see it in a minute. Very metallic looking, but
Okay.
definitely a dress. So definitely female looking. And there's something different about the lower half of the body, the legs. Any sense of that before we show you?
Are you sure she even has legs?
Why do you say that?
Because that when you said legs, it's not like I don't see legs.
God, are you sure you haven't seen this before?
No.
Jeez. Okay.
Again, I'm sitting here like this. Oh, now it's open. See my cat?
Okay. Okay, here you go. Here's what the Flatwoods, they called her the monster, Flat Monster, looks like. Ta-da!
Oh my God. You're right.
A very odd dress, odd color, big eyes,
Big
and what? Something around her head.
ace of spades.
Ace of spades. Yeah, like an ace alien.
Yes.
She definitely looks like an alien.
Yep.
This is not a breathing creature like we've seen in the other ones.
Actually, she looks more like a robot.
Doesn't she? Very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd. There you go. That they now call, where are they? It's Flatwoods Monster.
Okay.
If that's not strange enough, and that's pretty darn strange. I've never seen anything like that. Okay,
No,
that's
me
really
neither.
the alien side of the world. Something else happens. She does something else, or is able to do something else, or something else comes about.
Does she levitate?
No,
Okay.
probably, but no.
I want to say she disappears again, but I'm not sure that's it. I see movement, but I'm not sure what's going on here.
Okay,
I don't know if they moved her or whether she's tried to speak. There's some sort of squeak.
Okay, I don't know. It's interesting. I like when I'm watching you. You're actually looking at something. You know,
I'm trying to look up and
I know,
find her.
I'm looking at you and my pictures and my words, but you're looking at something that's not there, but it's there in your mind.
It is.
This woman. It's just amazing, Darcy. This is what happens. A strange gas fills the air.
Oh, she farted.
Kind of like your Sasquatch. So supposedly their lungs are burned, they choke, they vomit, they flee in terror. So nobody can explain it, of course. No evidence is found, of course. Nobody, no creature, no pieces are recovered. Of course, it's called a monster. I would have called it an alien myself. And I would call it a female alien, but they don't. So now I'm going to, just for fun, as we end, a cute thing. I like the way some people take advantage, and why not, of these things in their communities. Have a look what town has outside of their town hall. Look at episode photo number 8 and have a look.
Oh my God. Okay.
Isn't that cute? So
yes.
There is our Flatwood monsterette, really, monster. You can sit in the chair and have your picture taken with her.
What I want to know is, does she fart when you sit in the chair?
Maybe they have a little cushion that makes a squealy noise or something. You don't like those cushions?
Yeah.
People used to sit on? I don't know.
That's cute.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, Darcy. So, Darcy, you were 4 for 4 tonight. Brilliant. So, I just want to, as we wrap up, we met 4 creatures tonight, 4 very different stories, very different looks, but they're the same because they're the unknown. They're a mystery. They arrive, they leave, they inspire terror, they inspire excitement. They never explain anything, and nothing is ever found about them. So, some are legendary, some are just God knows what, where they came from. What do we, as people, you had said we all like to have imagination, and without imagination, so many things would never have happened. What do you think of the 4 creatures? Do you feel a connection to any one of them in particular?
I don't really feel any connection, but I like the idea. The first one would have made a great Hitchcock movie.
Yes, the Mothman, Enfield, yeah, that would have been. And I know that pod movie, as you call it, it's not called the pod movie, but it's a fantastic movie where they get taken over. They go into a pod, and then a robot-like identical person comes out and takes over, and everybody starts to be strange.
Hey, Dorian here, just jumping in to let Darcy, Nicola and you know that the pod movie the gals are talking about is The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, a fab sci-fi psychological thriller from 1978 starring the distinguished Canadian actor Donald Sutherland. You gotta see it.
And of course, the people who are left in the town who aren't taken over are freaking out, trying to figure out what's going on. It's a really good show. So that one was your fave then, and you would like that one as a good one, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would make a fantastic movie. I don't know why, like, whether it's real or not, just the imagination of it would be fantastic. And they could even use the town.
Well, of
Let's
course,
make the town a little bit more famous.
yeah, they probably could use it now. It's been like 50 years later.
Yeah.
I think the Mothman kind of intrigues me because it's gone on to being a bigger legend with this prophecy idea.
Yes.
People are use it in many other ways. I think there was a movie. I think there have been books about it.
Yes.
So people go over the top with it. But I liked you're tying together the idea of an angel and the harbinger of news. I really like that. That was interesting. It's a monster that has a message.
Yes.
The other monsters are just monsters. They're scary. They're threatening, whatever. They don't have a message other than get the heck out of my way because I'm going to eat you. That kind of message. I like the ones with a message. So I would have picked the Mothman as my favorite of the four.
They did a movie of the Mothman, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
And I think I saw it, but I can't remember what the message of the movie was.
I didn't see it. I don't know. Who knows what these sorts of, I'm sure there'll be Mothman prophecies number 1, 2, and 3, but just the idea that it foretells a future, a sad, always a sad future. Nobody comes in and says it's going to be great things happening tomorrow. It's always negative things, which is too bad. But they're out there, right?
They are.
They are out there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're proof of it. Now you've seen two of the big ones, an alien and Sasquatch. All you've got really left is Yeti and Loch Ness, and you'd be right at the top.
Well, I could say I saw Loch Ness because I was on Loch Ness.
Did you
see
what
it was? No, what it was is they cut this little image out and stuck it to the window, and then they went, "Look, Loch Ness,
the monster,
Nessie."
So you saw Nessie, but wasn't really Nessie.
No, it wasn't really there.
Oh, that's fair. At least you're honest. Okay, thanks for that. That was a great experience with the legendary creatures. I really appreciate it. And a little bit of an insight into your youth and the things you have seen in your youth. And we'll expand on that in the future. Thanks so much.
Well, you're welcome. It's been an enjoyable show. Wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely interesting.
Good. I got to change it up sometimes. Man, it can't always be about murder.
Yes.
Life is greater than that and more fun than that and more interesting.
It can be more fun than that.
Yeah. Why not? When we're seeing dead people, we could see some fun ones.
Thank you for listening to Seeing Dead People, where goosebumps are guaranteed. We would love to hear from you with questions for Darcy about her psychic process or suggestions for other mystifying situations you would like us to investigate. Please shoot us an email to info@radiosidney.ca with Seeing Dead People in the subject line. New episodes air on our website, radiosidney.ca, on the first Saturday of every month. Episodes repeat Saturday nights at 8 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., both Pacific time. All episodes are available as downloadable podcasts at our website or on our YouTube channel, Nicola Furlong Mysteries. I'm Dorian Mortis, weirdly keen on seeing dead people. This has been a presentation of Radio Sydney.